The Sableyes, brought to you by
Thompson's Teeth, the only teeth strong enough to eat other teeth.
Welcome back, everyone, to more from the Sableyes. I'm Mitch, and today we're going to take a look at a really cool single prize attacking deck from Battle Styles. It is Kingdra. This deck is very interesting. Let's take a look at it over on PTCGO. It's a pretty simple concept. We're going to try and get as many Kingdras in play as possible. This card has a really interesting ability, Deep Sea King, which means when your active Pokemon is knocked out by a damage from an opponent's Pokemon's attacks, we can move as many water energy from that Pokemon as we like onto a Kingdra on our bench, which is really good because our Aqua Burst attack for 1 energy deals 40 damage times by the amount of water energy that is attached to this Pokemon. So if we can get a lot of energy on one Kingdra, we can get a lot of energy onto all of our Kingdras. The hard part's going to be getting those 4 Kingdras set up. In the early game, we're going to attack with Articuno, with Cold Cyclone, mainly to stop people from gusting up our Seadras and our Horseas and those kind of things. And we're also going to use Frosmoth to accelerate energy early so that in the late game, our Kingdras will be absolutely stacked. Let's see if we can get this thing to work. I really like this card. It's just a shame that Stage 2 Pokemon are a little bit awkward in the current standard format, but that's fine. It's not a problem. Let's jump into some games. Game on, then. We've got ourselves a very strong start here. I think our best move is really just going to be to attach these cards and then Crobat. We want to try and find as many Horseas as possible. We don't really have that available to us right now, but next turn, Rare Candy into Kingdra is very good. I've been watching a lot of Futurama, by the way. That's why the sketch at the front, they put it on Disney Plus in Australia, and I'm very happy about that. So I've been watching that quite a lot. Anyway, we don't need to be talking about that right now. Our opponent has an Oricorio, and they've attached an energy to a Crobat. So we might be seeing like a Crobat VMAX deck, maybe? Let's just see what they discard off of the research, if we can catch anything interesting. It's just some dark energies, so maybe still looking at Crobat VMAX. Spiritomb, though, that's not normally a card that we'd see in that particular archetype. Maybe it is Spiritomb. That deck has been going around quite a lot recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is just a Spiritomb list. And if it is, that's going to be quite interesting because, I mean, we're going to be able to take easy knockouts on them. Yeah, it looks like it might be Spiritomb here. They're going to use Escape Rope. I think we're going to have to just promote the Crobat here. We don't really want any of our other Pokemon on in the active. We'd rather keep everything else alive. Kind of unfortunate that I already attached that air balloon, though. Maybe should have attached it a bit later. Didn't need to attach it in the early game. But, I mean, we drew an extra card, so it's not that much of a problem. A Water Energy is good. Let's Rare Candy onto Kingdra. Now, we can attach to the Articuno, or we can attach to the Crobat. I like the Crobat here, because if we find Frosmoth, we can get an attack off. And I think we have just found Frosmoth, because Level Ball is an incredibly good card for finding these support Pokemon. And we have a Frosmoth, we have a Kingdra, we've got pretty much everything that we really need set up, which is fantastic. We can actually put we got the second air balloon here as well. We can put that on the Crobat. I actually like retreating manually, though, anyway, because it gives us access to water energy in the discard pile, which is good. Then I'll play down the second Articuno. We will throw on a couple of extra energies, and we should be good to go. We've got Marnie Air Balloon for next turn. We're going to Cold Cyclone here, take the knockout on Jirachi, and we're going to move the energies onto our Kingdra. That way we can have a big attack at some point in the game. We're going to need to get that if we want to win this one. We need to make sure that we take knockouts on the Crobat and the Oricorio on our opponent's bench. But this is a pretty good start. I'd be happy with this if I were me, which I am, which is lucky. Hey, anyway. Also, if you're watching this on the day that it comes out, if you're not watching this on the day that it came out, don't stress. It doesn't affect you. People watching this on the day that it came out, there will be a stream tomorrow. I'm anticipating that is going to happen. I'm going to be testing out some Battle Styles decks, particularly Rapid Strike Urshifu and Victini. So if you want to see a pro Pokemon player testing out top meta decks, then that is what will be happening. That will be on this YouTube channel. So hopefully you can come past and enjoy that. If you're watching this one afterwards, then the VOD will be up. It'll be on the channel, so you can go back and watch everything that happened. And I can tell you, it was a great time. It was just, we had so much fun. You remember that one game? You'll see it. That one game we had was absolutely crazy. Anyway, that's tomorrow. This is now, though. In the meantime, this is now. And we've got a pretty good, decent setup here. I mean, we might... How much damage are they going to do? 3, 6... I think we actually lose this Articuno if we retreat it. Luckily, for us, they've Boss's orders... Boss's orders... They've used Boss, which... Hang on a second. They've used Boss on something that isn't Crobat? Oh, no. Dude, why? Oh, no. They tried to knock out the Frosmoth. I assumed that they were just going to knock out the Crobat. Oh, that's a sad moment for everyone. So that's Blizzard Veil, right, from Articuno coming through there. Let's Marnie. Unfortunately, we have to give our opponent some more cards, but I like the idea of trying to find another, Horsea. And unfortunately, we are really struggling to try and find basics here. Luckily, we're playing against the deck that has a little bit of a slow start itself. Otherwise, we would be in big, big trouble. Let's retreat into Articuno. We will take 20 damage thanks to Spikemuth, but because they didn't attack with Spiritomb, we live. We can Cold Cyclone and move those energies. We're going to move them onto our Kingdra, which is good. We've got a Kingdra with 4 energy. We can now take a knockout on pretty much everything on their side of the field, because that's, what, 16? We've got an extra energy in hand, which means we're dealing a 190, or no, 200 damage. I don't know why I did the first maths correctly and the second maths incorrectly, but that is the case at the moment. Now, our opponent is in a position where they really want to make sure that they are attacking for knockouts. That boss, what's happened is they've tried to boss up the Frosmoth to knock it out, but Blizzard Veil has stopped them from doing that, which is really good for us because it means they've wasted a turn of supporter, but it almost would have been better for us if that had happened, to be honest, because we could have done a whole bunch of crazy stuff if they have knocked out the Crobat, or at least done something different. Unfortunately for us, we're now sitting with a full bench and nothing to do in our hand other than just evolve into a Seadra. They're going to Venomous Fang. We have to hope that we top deck something good here, because otherwise we're just going to die. This Articuno is lost. This Articuno is lost. It's gone forever. We evolve into Seadra. I think we can Ice Dance these energies on. I might put this one onto the Seadra and then pass, I reckon. We'll just slowly let the Articuno in the active fall prey to its poison. It means that all of our water Pokemon on the bench are safe, though, which is excellent news. And if they do take the knockout with the Crobat, then we can attack with our Articuno if we'd like, and hopefully get close to a knockout. I would almost prefer it, though, if they switched into something other than this Crobat. We may need to retreat into something else and attack with the Kingdra. I think we probably want to take the knockout. So I think let's go for the Kingdra. The good thing is we do have our second Kingdra in hand, so we can play that down. And then I might just attach to the bench Kingdra. We don't need it. Let's Aqua Burst. We'll take the knockout on the Crobat. We get 2 prizes here, and I have to hope that they are good. If they are not good, we are in trouble. Frosmoth is not good. Marnie is acceptable. Okay, so we are no longer in trouble. The issue that we're going to have is that we have 2 powered Kingdras, but neither of them are particularly useful right now. We have an Articuno, which I could use to get a knockout on this Spiritomb, but it's kind of awkward. It's kind of really awkward, actually. So hang on a second, just a minute. Let me do some thinking with me old brain for a minute. So this Spiritomb knocks out the Kingdra. The Kingdra moves all of the energy to the benched Kingdra. If we promote the Articuno and get an energy, we can knock out the Spiritomb and then make sure that they cannot knock out the Kingdra. It gives us a chance to find a boss. So that's excellent news. So we may actually be in a pretty good spot here. Here's the knockout, so they do get the KO. But now we get to go through the arduous process of clicking all of the energies and individually and moving them all. Because you don't have to move the energies. I don't know why you wouldn't. Alright, let's promote the Articuno. Actually, probably should have promoted the literally anything else. Because we got the air balloon we could have used. Let's research. We've managed to top deck that. That's better than a Marnie, I think. Unless we don't find energy. Which we have not. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Let's level ball a couple of times. We'll just thin these bad boys out. Then we can quick ball away the Mew. Grab ourselves our second Crobat. We need to find one water energy off of this Crobat. Okay, well. Hey, that didn't quite go as well as I would have hoped. Hey, it's okay. They can't gust out the Kingdra. We have a Kingdra ready on the bench, presuming that we don't get Marnied. Why did I say that? Now we're going to get look at their hand, Mitch. They're going to Marnie you. Oh, boy. At least they can't boss out the Kingdra this turn because of Articuno. So that is good. We will be able to promote our Kingdra and evolve into a second Kingdra, which gives us the chance to go on to win the game. If we find a boss, we will need to Marnie for it, though. Really disappointed that we didn't find that water energy. Would have been really, really good there, just to knock this Spiritomb out and make it so that we only needed to attack 2 more times and we had 2 more powered attackers. That would be great. We didn't get Marnied, so put it down in the book, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first time I've ever said if we don't get Marnied, we'll be fine, and we didn't get Marnied, so I'm feeling relatively happy. Let's move this energy onto our Kingdra. I don't know why I would choose not to, and then I can promote the Frosmoth, just in case something goes completely wrong. Oh, another research. I like that. Research is probably better than Marnie here, even though our opponent's hand is really, really big. We will research. We don't need any of these other cards. We still haven't found any energy. It's kind of awkward. Let's see if there's any left. There are 3 left. 3 out of 4. We missed them all. That's fine. Let's just keep quick ball and stuff. We don't really need any of these cards in our deck. We just want to thin out just in case we do get Marnied. I want to have a nice and easy route to victory. I think I Ice Dance. I want to Ice Dance 1. Let's just retreat. I don't think we need to. If we Ice Dance all the energy on, we find ourselves in a position where we don't have an energy with which we can retreat next turn. So let's just Aqua Burst. We'll take the knockout. Probably should have benched the Snom, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, I know that the last card in my deck is a water energy. So I should have attached an energy to Crobat and benched the Snom, because then they would have Marnied me and I would have had a 5 in 6 shot at finding the boss if they Marnie me. I think. I mean, we've still got an incredibly good chance of getting it. Now it's 5 out of 8 to get the boss, but 5 out of 6 is much better than 5 out of 8. So I probably should have done that. But that's okay. It's alright. It's fine. It's fine. The deck's worked. We've done the job. They're gonna boss out a Crobat. That is gonna give them 2 prizes if they choose to attack it. If they don't, we attach and retreat, because the money is now no longer an option. There's the knockout. They take 2 prizes. They go down to 1 prize remaining, and we have boss's orders in our hand. We can promote the Kingdra. We can attach an energy just for funsies. With no cards left in deck, we can gust out the Articuno and then Aqua Burst for the knockout. That's a pretty solid attack. 320 damage from a 1 prize attacker, if you don't mind. Alright, so not quite as good a start as in our last game. We do have a quick ball though, which I could use. Let's get rid of a water energy and find that Articuno. Because we can attach to the Articuno. Hopefully we can find a switch off of this Crobat and save all of our benched Pokemon. We don't. We find a Horsea. Now I'm regretting not grabbing the Snom. It's a bit unfortunate, but it's acceptable. I can live with it. I can live with it. Alrighty. Also, if you haven't liked this video yet, then like it. Go down in the description, like the video. It takes 2 seconds, and it makes me feel great. Like, seriously, every time I feel it in my soul. But no, it means a lot. If you could do that, that would be fantastic. What are we playing against? Lucario Melmetal. Oh my god. Okay. So this could go one of 2 ways. Either 1, they GX early, and we overpower them with a huge amount of energy in the late game. Or they GX late and destroy us. I like the idea, actually, of being nice and slow here. Let's just attach to this Horsea. Actually, now let's put it on the Horsea. We'll just smokescreen. We're just going to play this one nice and slow. There's no rush. We're not in any rush. And also, there's that nice little effect there. If our opponent wants to attack with that Zacian next turn, they're going to need to flip a coin. They didn't. They just wanted to Intrepid Sword, and that's okay by me, frankly. Alrighty, so now I've got a Kingdra in play, and we've manually evolved into it, which is pretty solid. Now I'm going to go for the bucket. I think I'm probably going to go for the research as well. We're just going to get 1 water energy. We have a lot of water energy in the prizes, I think. That looked like there was quite a few of them in the bin there. Let's throw this level ball down. We'll grab ourselves our Snom, which we obviously want. And then we just manually retreat, I think, into this Articuno. We'll just put some pressure on with Cold Cyclone. Now our opponent can't Gust, which is good. We can start powering up a Kingdra. One of the good things about this setup for us is that our opponent cannot GX a Kingdra's energy away unless they've removed the Articuno first. I'm barely talking at the moment. What is going on? So they need to remove the Articuno before they get their GX attack off, because they cannot Gust up the Kingdra. So we're in a good spot in that regard. But this is going to be an incredibly slow game, I think. Because obviously our opponent won't want to GX into the Articuno. They might want to attack. Or we've top decked a Kingdra, which is pretty good. Let's Rare Candy into that Kingdra, I reckon. Then I think we can attach to the Articuno and Marnie? Let's Marnie. We want to save as many energy as we can, considering the fact that our deck is empty of them. We've got another Pokemon. We could Rare Candy into another Kingdra if we wanted to. We could find ourselves a Frosmoth. I think, though, it's probably better to just hold the Crobat. That way we can draw some extra cards. Plus, this Ordinary Rod is very important for us. We want to probably play it after this Articuno gets knocked out. We've already got 2 water energy in the discard pile, which is uncomfortable. So those 2 energies on that there Lucario Melmetal make me concerned. At any point they could GX from here on out, but since they attach to Lucametal, they're not attacking this turn, which I like, frankly, quite a lot. Which means we can potentially get another 70 damage onto this Zacian. Yep, they're just Intrepid Sorting. I told you this was going to be a slow one. They're just Intrepid Sorting again, which means we get to attack again. Another water energy. I think we just go for our Articuno. I kind of want to split these energies amongst my Kingdras, because eventually this Articuno will die. And Kingdra will be in the active, so I'm going to split them up. This is such a grindy game. This is going to take a long time. Like our first game took a couple of minutes, this one's going to take a couple as well. I don't normally like to do videos that go for 30 minutes, but we may have to. They're going to switch into Lucario Melmetal here. Okay. And then they're going to Steel Fist for 50. Alright. That's fine. We can just attach to the Articuno, I think, without being punished at all. And there's a research. Okay, so now we probably calm the Crobat away, since we've found ourselves that research. Let's grab the Frosmoth. That is going to be important for us. And now we can choose to put the energy on the Kingdra if we'd like, and I kind of do like that, just since we can. Then we will Ordinary Rod. We will just shuffle energy in. We don't care about the Pokemon so much. And then we can research into a fresh hand of 7. Look at another water energy. We can Ice Dance. I think we just do that. If our opponent wants to knock out the Articuno, they can. I'm not worried about that at all. And since this is a long game, I'm just going to take a sip of the old water. Hopefully you don't mind. Big likes. Massive likes underneath this video for people who like water. Refreshing. And a Marnie, which I'm not too worried about, to be honest. We've got a decent setup. We're looking good. They can't Gust the Kingdra, which means they can't remove energy from it with their GX attack. They could remove energy with Crushing Hammer, which would be unfortunate. Okay, that happens. Oh well. There's the heavy impact. Alright, so we've got ourselves an interesting spot here. Let's promote ourselves to Frosmoth. We've got the Air Balloon in hand. We've got Quick Ball. We've got Marnie. We've got Crobat. We've got a chance here to get a ton of energy in play, let's use the second Ordinary Rod, grab those 2 energies back that our opponent so ruthlessly removed. Then we can Crobat. Hopefully we draw some energies here. We don't, but we do find another Kingdra, which is excellent news. Then I think we Quick Ball away the Horsea. We'll grab the Articuno. We don't really need that. We can just shuffle that to the bottom with our Marnie, which I like. We're looking for a bunch of energies here. Or 1. 1's also fine. I'm not worried about 1. That's very disappointing. Alright, let's put that energy onto our Kingdra, then we can retreat into that 2 energy Kingdra, and we will Aqua Burst. We'll only do a little bit, just 50 damage, but if they GX us, then at least it is the smallest amount of energy to lose. Hopefully, they look at our HP and go, oh, Kingdra has 150 HP, and decide instead of GXing that they're going to use their heavy impact. Because if they do that, then we actually have a really strong chance of getting the win. I think that's the only thing, realistically. Oh my goodness, another Crushing Hammer? Please, please, flip heads. It sustains me. Oh, they heavy impacted. They did. They looked at it. They went, it's got 150 HP. We can knock it out. That means we get to move all of our energy, which is excellent news. Now, though, we need to knock this Lucario Melmetal out, which means we need to have a ton of energy on it. I think we're going to need to just comb away this Kingdra. Let's grab ourselves... Oh, we don't have another boy. We don't have the little Horsea. There's only 4 energy left in the deck. Let's research for him. Let's go and find him. 4, 8, 12, 16. I think that's going to be enough. How much have we got left? Not a lot. Let's go. Ice Dance. We're going to move all those energies onto our Lucametal. Onto our Kingdra here. It is not over yet, though, because they still have multiple turns in which they could use their GX attack. But the 6 energy is the perfect maths to get the knockout, which is great. And we have managed to unprize. Oh, geez. We've unprized a couple of water energies as well, which is great. Now, we have to hope that our opponent doesn't Lucametal GX us right now. This is the point of the game that is the most frightening for me. If they play down a Lucametal and they GX us, which they can easily do, then I will be sad. Finding that Zacian suggests to me that maybe they don't have that as an option, which is great for us, frankly. I'm very afraid, though. I'm genuinely terrified here. They can knock out the Kingdra with an attachment. All the energy then goes to the Kingdra on the bench. We cannot knock out with an Articuno, though. So we can't realistically just play that down and attack into the Zacian. It will only deal a small amount of damage, only 40, which is not enough. They're going to boss the Frosmoth. Okay. So bossing the Frosmoth to knock that out. This is a good and bad play all at once. So it's good for us in the sense that we get to keep our attackers, right? Which is what we need to go on to win the game. We don't get the extra energy acceleration, which is in the end not that big of a deal, because our real issue is going to be coming into contact with a Lucario Melmetal. I think we have to Marnie. Let's just Aqua Burst. They've only got 5 cards. I think we have to Marnie them next turn, though. If they do... Well, I mean, if they do it... Hang on a second, I probably should have Marnied then. Alright, well, if they've got Lucametal and a bunch of metal sources, then we lose. I just wasn't paying any attention there. I just attacked because I clicked the buttons because the buttons were highlighted. We probably should have Marnied. There's the Lucametal. So they need Metal Saucer attachment switch. It's a lot to ask. They've only got 5 cards in hand. I don't like this, though. Attachment to the Zamazenta. So now they need Saucer switch. And they've got none of it in their hand. Okay, so it wasn't that... There's the switch. They had the switch, but they didn't have any of the sources. They've barely played any, though. They surely get this. Because they can manually retreat. They're going to reset stamp us to 1. Well, I mean, the GX attack will end the game. You don't need to be rude about it. Oh, there's another energy. Cool. At least we can Aqua Burst when they get rid of our energy. Here comes the Metal Saucer. There's 1. I'm so afraid. Well played. They didn't do it. Okay, okay. Well done, everyone. Well done. I don't know how it was that it happened this way, but it happened. Well played, Dread91. Attach the energy, Aqua Burst. Let's get out of here nice and quickly before our misplays get called out by the internet. That's alright, no one's going to see this. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together and there are absolutely no misplays? I love it. It's perfect. We managed to get rid of Seadra and, Horsea and Seadra? That's the name of the Pokemon. It's hard. We've been playing a Kingdra deck, but Horsea and Seadra are finished from the OG 150 challenge. Beautifully done. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to, become a member. There's a whole bunch of members over there who are very, very kind and generous, including Dadbot, Azazel, Fernando, Yolo, Diego, Stephen, Agent Abel, Austin, Josiah. Thank you very much, everyone, for your support, as well as all of the Mega Sableyes and regular Sableyes as well, who have joined in and become members. If you are a member and you're watching this far, well, just dump a whole bunch of emotes down in the comments so that everyone can see all the awesome stuff that you get for your small contribution. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Let's get out of here. See you tomorrow for the stream, or if you haven't seen this on the day that it came out, then bad luck, you missed it. Bye.